Hi, Shadana Schaefer here. I wanted to show you how to render lard. So, you're probably going to need a really good cutting board. This is one of my favorites. It's the plastic ones so that, you don't have to worry about things getting, any bacteria getting into your food. A really good sharp knife. If I need it really sharp, I sharpen it a few times before I get started. Sorry about the noise. And then you want to get some fat. For lard, we're going to use pig fat. For towel, you would use beef fat. Sometimes you can get um, not deer, but lamb sometimes. But it's easier to get pig fat or beef fat. So I have mine in a baggie here so that you can see what it looks like. And it comes like in these strips here. And what I like to do is cut it up as small as I can, because the smaller it is, the shorter time it takes to render. So, I mean, these are actually pretty big pieces right here. So you can put them in the Cuisinart or a Vitamix, although it'd be hard to get it out of the Vitamix, or a blender, a really good blender, and blend it up so that it will get as small as possible, and then you can render your fat a lot faster. Now, as you can see, this knife's doing pretty good because I just sharpened it. Now, after I cut up the lard here, there are a couple of options. You want to put the lard or the pig fat in a roasting pan. So you can use a roasting pan like this or a glass roasting pan, and you don't want to fill it too high because it would take much longer then. So I always use a Dutch oven like this, and I have a few, so I only use that for rendering lard or towel. And you might be wondering, why would I even want lard in the first place? You can buy it from the store, but it's so much better when you render it yourself. And if you go to a farm and get the fat and render it yourself, exactly what is in that lard. Sometimes at the store, there might be fillers or whatnot in it, and it doesn't work as well. So yeah, I'm cutting away the lard here, and I wanted to tell you where you can get your fat. So what I do is I get a half a cow and a full pig every year, and I ask the farmer, hey, can I have the fat? Basically, you're paying for it anyway because they charge you per pound of the actual hanging weight. Well, the part that you get is about, I don't know, 30 pounds less. That's the fat. So why don't you get the fat? Because, like I didn't tell you also, with the towel, you can cook your French fries in there, and you can start, instead of using like olive oil or something like that, just a little bit of lard or a little bit of towel, and it adds a little bit of flavor to your meat when you sear it before you cook it outside or cook it in the oven. So there are a lot of good uses for for the lard and for the towel. As I said before, I'll show you in a few minutes for you a few minutes, for me a few hours. You want to put it in the pan, like I said, at 200 degrees, and let it go for a little while. Once you get some liquid, you pour off that liquid, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, we'll be right back. Alright, okay. I wanted to show you the rest of this. I let the roaster cool a little bit, and put that on the floor. What you want to get is a jar. I'm using this jar because I'm going to give this to the chickens. And just so you know, you can fry stuff in lard or tallow, and it will, I can't get this jar open. Got it. It will have a little bit of a really nice flavor to it. So you get a jar. I like to use cheesecloth. You can also get those little strainers or stuff that you like would use to sift flour. Sometimes though it's hard to get the lard out of there, but you can. I mean, all you have to do is use really hot water. So you want to put I like to put the cheesecloth, and actually I don't even need but one layer. There's several layers here, so save a little bit of money. Let's just use 2 layers, and I like to put it in there a little bit. You can put a rubber band around it if you want, but I'm just going to hold it with my hands because the lard is cool enough right now. And then you just try to get a little bit out. Got some bits in there, and just pour it over the top. And like I said, I accidentally boiled this a little, or boiled it a little bit. So the lard is brown, kind of like bacon fat, and that's what I mean by it adds a little bit of flavor. The other thing, though, that you can do to reduce the burning of your fat is to add a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of water at the very beginning, and then that steam will come off and help it to render at a lower temperature. So, this is all I do. I'm not going to do the whole bottle. I'm not going to bore you to death. I set this in the lid, but I want to show you the final product. So, in my refrigerator, this is my towel, and as you can see, it's pretty light. And here's my lard, and as you can see, I put them in quart jars. And I also, this was full, and I put it in the freezer so that I always have some around to cook with. So, there's the complete process. Put these out of the way. Next time, we will take the lard and we will make a pie crust, and we'll have to decide whether we make apple pie or a quiche or something, because with lard, a quiche is pretty good. All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks. I forgot to say, you can take these little bits that were kind of deep fried, see the bits here, and you can try them on salad and kind of use it like bacon, but I will warn you, it doesn't taste as good as bacon, but it does add a little bit of extra flavor. So you might want to consider that, or you could add them to a savory muffin. Maybe we'll try that and see what happens. But I just wanted to let you know you can use those bits if you want to. All right, happy cooking.